This is Labyrinth. Labyrinth versus Purrely. Begin. Regular Purrely, normal summon. It is semi-limited. Reveal the top 3 cards of our deck. Let's speed this up. We have a big, fat, evenly matched to banish everything but 1 card on the field. Didn't got an animation in MD. What card are we talking about? After giving a new animation? Oh, yeah. Heavy Storm is leaked to get an animation for the solo mode. So, there you go. Solo, and the cow's not in the animation. Sorry. This is Eldritch? Is this Eldritch? Okay. Matt Dog, thank you. Now, what do we have here? We have the ability to monster negate, and we're going to be able to overlay into an Purrely Nor, which is going to have the ability to spin 2 cards on the field and be unaffected from activated effects, and we're going to draw 4 cards. Let's get drawing. Draw 1, draw 2, draw 3, draw 4, draw into the max C. Don't mind me. I was talking about in my video today how brand new players are playing against decks like this, where there's an unaffected monster drawing 4 to 6 cards in the standby phase, and it's a horrible new player experience, but that's why it was leaked that maybe loner decks are coming for the ranked ladder, at least for the newer players. We have evenly matched, wiping up the entire field. A lot of people forget about this effect of the Lord of Heavenly Prison. You could set your own spell, activate it, and then it summons itself onto the field, or it triggers off of the opponent's back row card activating, which we just attempted to do. Very nicely done. We still have 1 spin. And people also forget this, that the Purrely Nor is gone in the end phase of this turn, so we have to turn it into something else, like a Zeus. We have regular Lily. Lily is here, searching for our stray Purrely Street, making special summon Purrelys untargetable. Purrely Beauty is now here. We do have Daruma Cannon to flip down everything on the field. Even if it were to be unaffected, it would be sent to the grave instead. We're going to be grabbing from our deck a Delicious Memory. Purrely Leap is banishing to return 3 cards in the graveyard back into the deck. Purrely Nor randomly spinning the Daruma Cannon back. Now, the Purrely Nor has already been on the field for more than 1 turn, so it could flip right back up. No problem. Back up it is. To battle we go. We're going to attempt to go into a Zeus play. Sending a transaction rollback from the deck to the grave. Morella to trigger the Paleozoic from the grave. You could chain link block this, but instead we're going to chain Maxi to the ability to reborn from the grave. But would it have been more important to use the Maxi to chain link block the Paleozoic from summoning onto the field to block the Purrely from going into a Zeus? Now, even if it's blocking you going to Zeus, you could still swing in, and you could still summon Zeus. We could trigger the back row, we could trigger the field spell, we could summon a Purrely, return 3 cards of the graveyard back into the hand. Do we even summon this monster in attack position? Because a suicide is going to be a big problem for Matt Dog. We actually don't want it to kill itself. Uh-oh, that's a problem. It's going to plus like crazy off of killing itself. Yep. Goodbye. Trigger the field, trigger the My Friend Purrely. We could still summon a Zeus. We're going to make big plays off of this. Add 3 cards that with different names from the graveyard back to our hand. Sleepy Memory back to our hand. Happy Memory back to our hand. We didn't have a 3rd one. Reborn the Purrely from the graveyard. We are within the damage step. You couldn't even negate this with an impermanence if you wanted to. Come to us another Happy Memory. That was a big plus. Now Purrely going to go into Delicious Memory. Delicious is going to be disruptive towards the transaction rollbacks. We're going to be able to suck up cards from the opponent's graveyard. So if they want to transaction rollback something, we just chain suck up the card they're trying to copy. We're going to equip the Pretty Memory, non-target monster, banish a card in the field. The Morella is unaffected from the monster banish because it's unaffected from monster effects. We are preempting the Purrely Plump instead of waiting for the transaction rollback. I think that was potentially a mistake, right? And because of that, we're now going to transaction rollback to copy Elemental Burst. What are we copying? What the heck is this? Tribute 1 each of Wind, Water, Fire, and Earth to activate this card. Well, transaction rollback is going to skip that. Destroy... What? Destroy all cards your opponent controls. What the... Okay, we could protect one of our cards from being destroyed. We can protect. Purrely Plump is going to suck that up. We have Purrely Happy Memory. Plump suck that up again. There's no more sucking. The sucking is done. And we just make the Plump indestructible the first time it would be destroyed. And there you go. We just did that, so the full field wipe, we ain't wiping the full field. We also protected the field spell. And we had, oh, Plump is so plump right now. This is crazy. X Purrely Nor, giant Nor. How big is this Nor? We have 8 material on Nor, 9 material on the Nor. Just like that, return the beauty that was banished back onto the field. And with the 9 material, we could spin 4 cards. Spin 4, unaffected from activated effects. We had the ultimate elemental combo to wipe out their entire field, but the Purrely Happiness has that destruction protection. If Konami catches you selling a card at a Konami event, they super ban you. I think that's still the case today. I'm Seti, Glory of Horus, discard another card to grab the King Sarcophagus. Reborning from the graveyard, I'm Seti, King Sark, discard up to 4 times to send from the deck to the grave a Horus card. We're now going to Max C, as the I'm Seti dodged the Max C. Playing around a Gamma is why we probably held on to that Max C. But now we have Triple Tactics Thrust to set a card onto the field, but Ash is going to negate. Even though it was having no way to add to the hand, you could, in response to the thrust, get a monster onto the opponent's field, and that's a chance where you would add a card from your deck to your hand, which is why you could still Ash it. All right, let's see what's good. We have the Trap Trick to grab any trap from the deck. Purrely, reveal off the top of the deck, come to me, my friend Purrely, off of that normal summon, very well done. We are really reliant on this my friend Purrely because we have nothing else but hand traps. Add to our hand the Purrely Happy Memory. This is the way to go second. Go second with the Happy Memory is the big play. We're going to Morella. Morella is going to send a trap from the deck to the grave, sending from the deck a transaction rollback. What are we copying? Got Purrely Street. As soon as we activate that Purrely Street, our newly special summoned Purrelys are untargetable. We're going to chain Trap Trick to the Ash Blossom, negating the Eldlixir, summoning an Eldritch onto the field. Morella going to chain in response, summoning itself onto the field. Now we could use the transaction rollback to copy the Eldlixir. Now if we read the Trap Trick, there's a restriction. It states that if you activate this effect, you can only activate 1 trap card for the rest of this turn after this resolves. So how do you think this works with transaction rollback? Transaction rollback versus the Daruma. Both want to activate, but this states only 1 could activate. Well, the transaction rollback is not activating the card, it's activating an effect. It's an effect activation versus the activation of the card, so both could activate. Let's go, let's go. There you go, that's the 1 activation of the card, and we still have the transaction rollback. Which, what's good to copy? Maybe Daruma again if we needed to. Let's get going. Wait, yeah, that's actually good for Eldritch. Discard a trap, draw 2, but we didn't have a trap. We're gonna send it to the grave instead. Reborning from the graveyard, happy. Reborn Dimatef. Dumatef is here, setting up a Conquistador here. The Trap Tantalizing Tune. The Trap Tricks Tune is gonna return a banished trap back in the deck. Let's wipe this up, clean them up. I mean, wow, we got some big damage here. We went from control deck to big damage, 6,600 damage, and we're going to transaction roll back within the battle phase, copying the Trap Trick, setting onto the field an Eldlixir. Eldlixir summoned from the deck, right? We didn't have a play? What? Summon a zombie from the deck for the rest of the turn. Was this not activatable? Did I miss something there? Trap Trick allowing you to activate it, right? We have Hope Harbinger negating the Pretty Memory. He can't. Why not? Special summon Eldritch, but if you control no Eldritch monsters, you can only special summon Eldritch monsters with this effect. For the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you can't summon except zombie. Huh? He copied Trap Trick. I'll revisit that. Conquistador, in response, we are going to be summoning an Eldritch on the higher chain link, thus the Conquistador would get poppin'. So what was, he already Trap Tricked the, oh, okay. He Trap Tricked, and then he Trap Tricked again in the same turn. So he, yeah, okay. So it was to be used later within that turn. Okay, makes sense now. Sure, right? Turn 3, yup. We already Trap Tricked. Okay, yeah, we Trap Tricked on the field, and then we Trap Tricked in the graveyard copy, right? Is that what happened here? That's what I'm thinking. All right, let's move on. 1-1, let's go to game 3. The graveyard effect was used, which is why we couldn't use the on-field effect. Thank you. Cursed Eldlin grabbing a Conquistador. We have Dogmatica Ecclesia getting negated from searching for the Dogmatica punishment we already have in our hand. Thank you very much. Eat up that negate. Veiler against Eldritch is probably not good anyway, so not that big of a deal. And let's set this up. We got Morella to send a transaction rollback from the deck to the grave if we want, or we could send something else. We got Lily on summon, grabbing our my friend Purrely. Now we're going to be sleepy memorying to discard a summon a Purrely randomly off the top of the deck among the three. Grab a Purrely spell among them. Come to us, happy memory. Really good for going second. It allows us to deal with back row cards. Now we're going to Xyz into E Purrely Nor. E Purrely Nor needs to be the direct chain link to one of the cards we activate in the hand. By activating the Dogmatic Punishment early, I mean, we know they have the Happy Memory. I feel like we had to wait on this, wait for them to activate the Happy Memory because they did add it to the hand, and then otherwise, they're now protected from destruction. And we did not chain to the Happy Memory, so the Purrely Nor is now going to be able to set a card from the deck, setting up a Purrely Leap. Should we have chained Morella to chainlink block the Nor from equipping? We got Purrely Leap. Dogmatic Punishment is not going to be destroying the Nor, but it's still going to send to the graveyard the Ma Long. Ma Long is going to spin the E Purrely Nor back into the extra. Very well done. So the issue is, this says, if a face-up Purrely Xyz leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you get to trigger to add 3 cards in the grave back to the hand. And we didn't have this on the field by the time they wanted to use the Dogmatic Punishment. But then they maybe would have sent an Entis instead, which would have popped the My Friend Purrely. We got the Paleozoic Morella being negated from sending a trap from the deck to the grave. Negate. Okay, all right. I think he wanted to copy punishment. He wanted to copy the punishment. Yep, copy punishment was the play. We're going to be adding to our hand randomly our Delicious Memory. Regular Purrely going into a Plump, which could suck up traps from the opponent's graveyard. Activating Purrely Pretty Memory, chaining to the Pretty Memory to equip it to the non-target banish the Ecclesia temporarily if we want to. We are not doing so. We're going to equip the Morella, chaining Conquistador to summon itself onto the field to then chain the Morella to the Conquistador to dodge the suck. No suck for you. Into defense we go. All right, we're at 4 material on our Plump. We're going to send a Purrely Leap to suck up the Cursed Eldland to then make an X Purrely Nor. X Purrely Nor, how many materials here? We have 6. We could spin 3 times or unaffected from activate effects. We're going to draw 1 card during the standby phase. Spin 3. How do we stop it? Draw 1 and spin 3. We ain't stopping it. We got nothing. A Dear Servant, newly semi-limited, unfortunately. We're going to activate the My Friend Purrely. Reveal 3, come to me. We still have that triple spin. Regular Lily, come to us. Straight Purrely Street. Now our newly special summon monsters are going to be untargetable, making our E Purrely Happiness. Get swinging, can't be destroyed by a monster, summoned from the extra deck. So what do? We are going to equip onto the Happiness. We're just going to use it to search our deck. Just keep searching. We can attack 4 times. We could search 4 times. Let's go. Attack, 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 attack. As long as we have one of the Happinesses not in the graveyard, we do. So it's going to attack 3 times instead of 4 because we have one of the Happinesses in the grave. Sleepy Memory, equipping onto the Happiness. Now, every time the Happiness equips, that's a non-target spin a back row card back into the hand. And what we could have really done here if we had, I'm not sure if we had the play, we could have set up a Beauty. Beauty could change the battle position of the Dogmatica Ecclesia to then continually attack into it for game. Another X Purrely Nor. Unfreaking believable. We're going to send the Pretty Memory, suck up a card in the field. We have 3 spins, we have 4 spins, 5 spins, 6 spins, 7 spins. And both are unaffected. Okay. Draw into Nibiru. Draw into Nibiru. Draw into Veiler. What the heck was that? 7 spins. Set 5 back row. You could spin all 5 of them in the end phase of your opponent's turn. Wouldn't this be OTK with the Happiness, though? If we could change the battle position of the monster, then yes, Happiness would be the OTK. You would need the Beauty and the Happiness to change the battle position, and then Happiness swing in for game. End phase, at the end of the opponent's battle phase, evenly matching. We're going to banish everything but the X Purrely Nor. We're going to spin the Malong back into the extra deck to reuse. Okay, sure. We still have 4 spins on our Purrely Noor. And let's get to it. What do we have here? Nadir, is it like not even worth Nadir Servaning? Send a monster from the extra deck, search your deck for a Dogmatica. No play. We're not going to even spin in the end phase. We're just going to suck up their back row cards with the Pretty Memory. Per Pretty Memory, you could suck up that many times. Conquistador block the attack, spin the Conquistador back in the deck, and just like that, 3,500 damage for gain. Horus Eldritch is still pretty cool. I liked it. Very nice. Oh, you're talking about the Purrely Happiness, the one that burns, that he's probably not playing. Baylor on the Ash, that is going to be ideal, but, you know, then they have follow-up plays. The 1-for-1's not activatable unless we have a monster discard. This will be a lot of disruption. We're going to be able to go into an Apollo USA, which will at least be probably 4 negates, into a Baron to floor, and we have impermanence. So we have about, and a Promethean Princess. We have like 7 disruptions to play through, and I think we're kind of restricted on, this is 1 starter plus 4 dead cards for going second. I believe so. I think that's the situation. Yeah, it's... Like, if we went first, we could have, if they didn't have a hand trap pop off, but the 1-card starter plus 4 other dead cards, not good for going second. Reinforcing the army, reinforcing our hand, we're going to hold on to the Ash. I think the choke point against Memento with Ash is the Twin Dragon Fusion, probably because it searches 2. Does not matter because we got that finger the Ash, banish in the grave, and negate. Now, what are we doing here? We're doing the effect of activating to destroy a Memento and then summon a Memento from our deck. So very well done. It's going to summon the Witch. Witch on normal or special summon will add a Memento monster from the deck to the hand. So how this works is Combined Creation gets reduced to 0 attack by negating 5 different monster effects on the field. And then the SP Little Knight will banish it, returning it back on the field with 5,000 attack again to then negate 5 more times again. So what do? The Triple Tactics talent will take control of it. That's going to be a problem. We're Memento Fusion, set up into the back row. We can now fuse during the opponent's turn. We've got the Cranium Burst, which is how we set up those negates. The Combined Creation could reborn a Memento from the grave. We're going to use... Hold up. How do we use the Tactics talent if I'm not using my monster effect to negate? I'm using the Trap, mate. So just like that, no Triple Tactics talent unless we get baited to activate in the main phase. Lemon, please. Let's go. No monster effect in the main phase. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a trap. Oh my gosh, we fell for it. What did we fall for? Why? Why did we do this? No, we had it. We had to summon a Witch to search for a Mace. Mace could discard to take... Wait. Oh, no. The Mace says if you control Combined Creation, discard to take control of an opponent's monster. But if they take control of our Combined Creation, we can't take it back with the Mace because they take control of the card we need to activate the card. Hold up, they're just drawing 2. Not a problem. Okay, good. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. So we have Take Control plus 4 more negates, an SP Little Knight, and the Memento Fusion. Summon a Poplar. Poplar is here. Poplar, negate. You need the Chain Link blocks. Now, how do we Chain Link block the Diablo Star from being negated by the trap? It's very easy. You use the Diablo Star to send the Poplar. Diablo Star Chain Link 1, Poplar Chain Link 2, and then you're protected. Always think about Chain Link blocking against negates, which we now can't do. All right, Poplar equip into the back row. We have Ash sending itself plus the Link Karibo. It's an activate effect on the field. So even though you're not on the field anymore, you still get negated. Negate number 3. Holy moly. Diablo Star is not going to be able to Chain Link block, but it could if the Poplar were in the grave so that the Flameburst would be able to activate. So by activating the Poplar to equip into the back row, is this new? Did it always say continuous spell here? That seems kind of new to me. The Flameburst would have activated on Chain Link 2 to block the Diablo Star reborning Poplar and reborning the Snake Eye Ash. Oh my gosh. We had 2 ways to chain link block. Block with Flameburge, block with Poplar, but no block, no block. It is new, that's good. And we're gonna take control. No, thank you. How long do we take control for? Were we trolling? Take control until the end phase. Okay, nice. Wow, Memento is a fun time going. I'm definitely building this deck. I'm definitely playing it. Holy moly. We got Ash and Imperm. Okay, let's do it. Imperm, the Ash being summoned from the deck. We have Original Sinful. Let's do it. Let's get to it. Ash negates. And so that is a good Ash, but then they unfortunately have the 1-for-1 to perform the same exact play of what Original Sinful was doing. But then we have Impermanence. So we're good. Rixia is spent. Imperm, negate. Gotcha, mate. Very well done. Now, Memento has no plays, though. And Snake Eye has a ton of 1-card combos. Hida Reborn the Ash in the opponent's graveyard. Thank you very much. I'm now going to use your card against you. Further linking this up into our Promethean Princess. Promethean, Reborn from the grave. Are we going to summon Salamangreat? Someone want to see Salamangreat. It's here. It's top tier. No, we're not. We're going into Oak combo. Oak, Reborn the Ash. Link this off into our Link Karibo. We're going to Oak send itself plus Link Karibo to summon from the deck a Poplar. Poplar grabbing a Divine Temple. Divine Temple set up into the back row a Flameburge. Summon from the graveyard our Link Karibo, sending the Poplar to equip itself into the back row and Oak. Now end the turn. Now, is this really disruption? If we can't deal with the field spell by summoning, that will trigger the field spell to Reborn from the back row, the Flameburge or the Oak. And they also have a Promethean Princess to only pop one of their fire monsters. So if we could deal with the field spell, then they can't get a fire monster in the grave to use Promethean Princess as their main disruption. But we have a finger for Promethean anyway. Memento, what are you doing? What the heck is this? You're over 40 cards. Oh, gosh. All right, setting our double finger, then passing. Original in the graveyard's a 1-card starter. Just like that. Ash, negate. That's exactly what we needed. Negate. No search for you. All right, good. We're good. The opponent didn't have a finger. They had an Impermanence instead. Not going to set up the Imperm into the Imperm column because maybe they're fearing that one of these cards could be an Impermanence themselves. Is this a starter? It's random mill off the top of the deck. Is that good enough? Triggering the field spell. Got Maxi to maybe draw into more combos. We have not committed to our normal summon yet. We can see it's open. 1 summon. All right. We get Flameburge, get drawn. Flameburge is not going to want to additionally summon under Maxi. Goblin is here. What the heck does Goblin do? I think it mills also. Yes, mill cards, milk. We have 2 cards that mill. Imperm, negates. It's not random. It sends specifically what you want. Thank you for telling me that. You send from the deck to the graveyard. The Goblin is random. I was wondering, he was kind of randomly getting Gaddock into the graveyard quite consistently with the horse. Thank you. I'm learning Memento. I have no idea what they do. Now, with precision, send from the deck to the grave the Gaddock Reborn. And then we're going to be reborning the Witch or add the Witch from the graveyard to our hand. We already used up our normal summon, though. Further linking this up into Anima. Unfortunately, we have nothing to get sucking. And now we have SP Little Knight on summon to banish. Goblin's also a hand trap. I'll read that. SP Little Knight is going to not get popped by the Promethean Princess as we finger her instead. We're going to chain the Flameburge under Maxi to summon an Oak from our back row. Are we good? Is Oak going to activate under Maxi? Goodbye, Princess. As the Little Knight is now going to be resolving, banishing the Snake Eye Flameburge off of the field, and we have no good way to recycle it. Instead of allowing them to summon under our Maxi, we're just going to finger the Ash. It works for 2 turns. So if they were to top deck an Ash or a play where they could get to the Ash, also going to be negated. So that works out wonderfully. Now, the SP Little Knight cannot attack directly, but it can still attack over a monster. So not being able to attack directly, is that even a real downside? It's all about control. Being able to attack in a monster still is huge. SP Little Knight is back, but how do you out it? You simply battle phase swing over and then it's gone. That's it. Just like that. The unstoppable SP Little Knight has been stopped. We did lose our battle phase though. Bonfire into our Poplar. Poplar get triggering, and we're going to Link Karibo tributes. Poplar equip into the back row. We're going to Oak send itself plus the Poplar summon from the deck. The Flameburge equip into the back row. The Diablo Star. We have Dark to steal a Dark monster from the opponent's graveyard, triggering the Flame Burst to reborn 2 level 1 fires from the grave. Oak summon the negated Ash, stealing the SP Little Knight. Oh my gosh. Now, what happens when the SP Little Knight banishes itself and it comes back on the field? It comes back to your field. You took theirs and it's yours. It's yours. You banish it, it comes back, it's still yours. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Oh, Ghost Ogre. That could be something. We could get Ogre in. Do we Ogre the temple or do we save it? I think we save it. We save it for Masquerena. Okay. Dark it poppin' onto the back row. Diablo Star activating, chaining the Masquerena. Ogre is going to chain destroy the Masquerena. Now, SP Little Knight is going to be banishing the Masquerena so it does not get destroyed. Also getting rid of the Dark Blade, which would have been our main 1-card combo play to pop off. Our own SP Little Knight has betrayed us. Damn. Just like that. Very well done from both players. Thank you.